But do Hollywood spirits still visit?
I turned around to see if there was anybody following me, and there was nobody there.
Kombusha is a miracle from God.
The astrological chart just tells me the probability of the choices that you're going to make in life.
From the boundaries of the universe to the depth of your soul. Embark on a journey through the unknown and unexplained as we explore mysteries, magic, and miracles. Hello and welcome. I'm Patrick Macnee. Today, the unlimited power of the mind and the secrets surrounding your destiny will test your innermost beliefs. Hauntings and apparitions are reported throughout the world and seem to be connected to people with high emotional energy. One of the hot spots for emotional energies would have to be Hollywood. Just ask anyone in the entertainment business. Let's see what we can find here. The Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel used to be the gathering place for stars during Hollywood's golden era. The hotel is rich with the spirit of Hollywood. But do Hollywood spirits still visit? During the making of the movie From Here to Eternity, Montgomery Clift lived on the 9th floor of the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. He stayed for over 3 months. After shooting each day, he would return to the hotel and spend hours rehearsing his lines and playing the bugle, which he had to learn for the movie. Since his death, guests and employees of the hotel have reported many times that late at night, they hear the sound of a bugle playing in the hallway near room 928, Montgomery Clift's room. Terrell Valaza was hired as a cocktail waitress, but also helped with the renovation of the hotel before its grand reopening in 1986.
First week here, it was good. The beginning of the second week is when I was getting off the 9th floor elevator and I was walking down the hall and I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around to see if there was anybody following me, and there was nobody there. And then as I was continuing to walk, I felt a cold breeze like walk right by me. And I went down in the elevator and never went back up.
What was it that rushed past Terrell Valaza in the hallway? Could it still be Montgomery Clift playing his bugle after all these years? Ghost experts believe sightings such as these are examples of spirits returning to places where they enjoyed happy times in life. Actor Clifton Webb, who was nominated for 3 Academy Awards, lived here with his mother, Mabel. He was very superstitious, and when she died, he locked all her clothes away and never entered the room. He believed her ghost still lived there. Clifton is no longer with us either. Or is he? New tenants claim chairs move by themselves, cigarettes break, and their cats disappear. Oh, by the way, Clifton Webb hated cats and cigarettes. This is Runyon Canyon, an overgrown wilderness located in the heart of Hollywood. In 1983, the city of Los Angeles purchased the canyon and established a park on the site of a former estate known as the Pines. The magnificent estate in Runyon Canyon was first built by singing star John McCormick in the 30s and later bought by A&P heir Huntington Hartford. But the place was abandoned in the 60s and the lavishly landscaped grounds left for ruin. What was once the site of wild Hollywood parties, frequented by such stars as Errol Flynn, eventually crumbled and decayed. All that's left now is a virtual ghost estate. Residents say they hear sounds of a party and have seen strange multicolored lights coming from the second story of where the main house once stood. But the bizarre sightings go even further. Neighborhood resident Tracy Vivot is a waitress during the day and one of several who have witnessed unusual phenomena.
I just lived down the street from the park, so I used to come up here jogging after work. And one day I came after work. It was a little later than I usually come. So I started jogging up the hill, and all of a sudden I felt this cool, cold air brush past me. It was a little unnerving, and especially, I mean, it was the middle of the summertime. It was July, so I turned around and I jogged back down the hill. And I started just doing some easy stretching. And I was bending over and I caught something on the corner of my eye. And he turned and I saw this figure, this man, and he was on this bottom of these stairs, and he looked at me and I froze. And he turned around and he walked up the stairs and he just walked right off into nowhere. I mean, he vanished, and after he left, I went over to the stairs, and the stairs just end. So if it was like a real person, they would have had to jump down or something, but this ghost, or I don't know what it was, it just sort of went right out into nowhere. I left, and I don't come here anymore.
Edgar Allan Poe not only wrote mysteries, it seems he was involved in one. From 1832 to 1835, he lived in a small house in Baltimore with his wife Virginia and his grandmother Elizabeth. His grandmother died in the house in 1835. Since that time, there have been reports of strange phenomena, such as lights being turned on and windows and doors opening and closing on their own. Visitors to the historical site have reported hearing mysterious sounds and voices and feeling a tapping on their shoulders. The areas with the most activity are Poe's attic room and Virginia's bedroom. The 19th century father of homeopathy, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, resolutely believed that healing came from the forces of nature. What would you have thought of the recent hysteria over the Kombusha mushroom? This mysterious fungus is purported to treat anything from memory loss to cancer. Is it a miracle of nature or merely a misunderstood mushroom?
Since the beginning of time, man has turned to nature for healing. He has sought remedies from the forest, the ocean, and the desert. To combat common diseases like AIDS and cancer, there is a renewed interest in discovering nature's alternative cures.
The Kombusha mushroom craze first started in Los Angeles about a year ago. Kombusha is thought to have Far Eastern origins dating back 2,000 years. Many believe the rediscovery of Kombusha is the universe's way of helping us out.
What I saw was space travelers from the future traveling back in time with the mushroom, planting the mushroom just so it would be here right at this moment in time when we need this kind of support from the life force of this universe.
Betsy Pryor is the co-founder of Laurel Farms, which distributes the Kombusha internationally. I asked Betsy how she became involved with the AIDS community.
I was reading the Los Angeles Times one morning, and I noticed that AIDS Project Los Angeles was looking for volunteers. I was busy editing a book, so I couldn't come in myself, but I thought, you know, I think I'll volunteer my Kombusha. And that was back in August of 1993, and that's how the Kombusha got into the AIDS community.
Betsy's partner, Norman Baker, invited us to his home to see how the Kombusha
Great.
was
Welcome to
grown.
Laurel Farms.
Thank you. I'm very excited about being here.
We're excited to have you.
Let's go see what you got.
Please, come on in. This is where we keep the Kombusha mushrooms. Basically, we have the kombuchas in 4-quart Pyrex bowls, and they stay in their quiet, dark space for 7 to 10 days, and basically drink the sugar tea water and produce the baby mushrooms, and they just love it in here. They really do.
This extraterrestrial-looking mushroom is, in fact, not a mushroom at all, but a symbiosis of yeast cells and bacteria. don't actually eat the kombucha. You make tea with it.
In essence, it is funny looking, it's funny tasting, but people love it.
It's worth
and
it.
That's the key. Well, when people call us from all over the country, and we receive over 100 calls every day nationwide, to the ultimate stories of saying, Mr. Baker, Betsy, we're alive. We're not supposed to be. The doctor said we should have died 2 weeks ago. The bottom line is we've drank your tea, and it's the kombucha tea. We're alive. Our hair's grown back, our energy level, our skin's looking better. The tea is a gift from God. It's something that somehow has made a difference in our life.
Kombusha is shipped from Laurel Farms with a special message to all its recipients. Expect a miracle. So how does the FDA react to you?
There is nothing that we're doing that is out of line with the FDA, because we tell people to always consult their physician. If they have any health challenges, if they're going to drink the kombucha tea, we tell people that they should always show our literature to their doctors before they start drinking this tea.
Every year there seems to be a new fad that brings hope to AIDS patients. Is the kombucha just another fad?
When somebody's usually doing a fad, they're taking money, and I take no money for this project. All the money that comes in goes to subsidize people with cancer, AIDS, and MS around the country. But that's the least amount. The main purpose is, like, why would full-blown AIDS people who are actually seeing their T cells climb, why would they pass it on to their best friends with full-blown AIDS if they weren't seeing the results? And that's what's happening nationwide, and that's the ultimate compliment that they can pay us by passing the kombucha on to their best friends, and that's what's happening.
There was no way I could breathe without tasting the kombucha tea. I'm looking forward to this.
Very good.
To our help?
To our help?
All right. It tasted tart like vinegar.
Very good, okay. Very good.
Jeff Neff is the resident treatment advocate of the AIDS Service Center, which provides education and support services to people with AIDS. He's troubled that kombucha is just another in a long line of fads, or even worse.
We don't know if the effects are permanent or if they even exist, because no clinical trial has ever been done on the kombucha mushroom. Part of the problem with the kombucha mushroom, again, is the fact that it's grown in a tea and sugar solution. So it could be that a lot of the energy boosts that people are experiencing are actually caffeine and sugar rushes from the solution itself. I definitely think that someone should be very careful. They should try and investigate the so-called properties of the kombucha mushroom and its effects, that they should rely on scientific information rather than word of mouth.
Meanwhile, at Laurel Farms, the miraculous stories continue to pour in.
After 7 months virtually bedridden with chronic fatigue, I started Kombusha, and 2 days later I was vacuuming.
I've been drinking the tea for about a month now, and I feel incredibly energetic.
I suffered a ruptured implant, silicone implant, and began to have autoimmune problems, chronic fatigue problems, pain in the muscles and in the nerve endings, to the point where I was unable to use my arms and my hands and was in constant pain. I reached a point where I was unable to work. When I began taking the tea, immediately I felt energy.
The moment I tasted the tea, I realized that there was a life force in it that was very thrilling to my body.
So is the kombucha mushroom a miracle?
I'd have to say, in talking with all these thousands of people every week, kombucha is a miracle from God.
A person with HIV cannot expect a single treatment like the kombucha mushroom to be the miracle cure for AIDS.
I think the Kombusha mushroom is a miracle because when I drink it, I can taste the life force within it, and that's a miracle for me.
Miracle or fad? We may never know for sure, but legend has it that if treated kindly, the Kombusha mushroom will accompany you for life. I think Norman would agree.
Cargados de azúcar en el ferrocarril. And now that's the chant to the mushrooms.
The kombuchas are then sent out into the world, like the ancient prophecy, to go forth and multiply. This is one miracle that is
Ah, my horoscope tells me my day will go well. I'm in good company. Presidents, prime ministers, and royalty have all consulted astrologers and numerologists in search of prosperity and fortune. The perfect computation of numbers and alignment of the stars may hold the answers.
Humans have always been fascinated with the heavens. We've used the stars to guide us to predict our future and plan our destiny. Astrology and numerology date as far back as 400 BC, and people today are as fascinated with their horoscopes as ever. Why are we still so intrigued with these ancient practices of planning our daily lives? We asked the famous astrologer and numerologist, Macnee.
What astrology and numerology can tell are the patterns that are prevalent. But the astrological chart just tells me the probability of the choices that you're going to make in life.
But do the stars really hold our destiny in their grasp?
It's a way of looking at life on a deeper level, looking past what appears to be on the surface.
Jean Avery has written extensively about using our charts to realize physical, mental, and spiritual well-being.
If you really utilize the information that you can get from a chart, you can schedule things in your life so that you live on the higher level of success. You can understand how to utilize your energy in a productive way, not a non-productive way. It is really helpful in discovering the relationships in life.
Most of us are tempted to read our horoscopes now and again. We're curious about finding out what's in store for us in the future. But understanding the alignment of the stars and how we are governed by the zodiac is more complex than most of us can comprehend. We went to a well-known area that has more astrologers per square yard than any other town in the United States, Venice Beach, California. Here we talked to astrology expert Marcella Greening to see if she could guide us through the mysteries of the zodiac and help us understand our own astrological signs better.
The nature of the zodiac is a very rich and multi-layered system, which includes the positions of all the planets at the moment of your birth. The three strongest influences of the zodiac are your sun sign, your moon sign, and the rising sign. The sun is the masculine, creative, productive, active part of your astrological makeup. The moon is the feminine, receptive, perceptive, the preparatory, how you prepare your life. The rising sign is actually how you walk through your life. It's been long considered that there are four basic elements in the universe: fire, earth, water, and air. And each sign is associated with a particular element. Each sign, as a result, has certain qualities that are commensurate with that element. And the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarians. And the fire signs are very creative, high-energy people. They are pioneers, explorers, and performers. The earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, and they are solid, secure people. They are grounded. They are generally interested in their careers, in the future. They tend to be less inclined to be social and more inclined to be inward. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And the water signs are very fluid. They are easily influenced by other people. They tend to have a hard time making decisions. They are also very much about learning, about becoming new, taking new shapes. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The air signs are interested in intellectual pursuits. They are communicators. They are reformers. They are diplomats.
Humans might always look to the stars to answer the questions of their daily lives.
I think that it's important for us to think about astrology not as an excuse, but as a way of being more responsible for ourselves and for our relationships.
The number 13 is infamous for its reputation as a sign of bad luck. It's often left out of theatre rows and hotel floors. The musician, Richard Wagner, felt the number had a strong influence in his life. His name was made up of 13 letters, and he was born in 1813. The first performance of his opera Tannhauser was March the 13th, 1845, and he died on February the 13th, 1883. There are many paths leading to fulfillment and prosperity. Whatever your choice may be, live it to the fullest. I'm Patrick Macnee. Join me next time for more mysteries, magic, and miracles.